I'm 17 now. Ain't that just crazy? I'm not 17 yet, but I just had a birthday party. It just ended. So, now, to top it all off, to finish this party of mine, we're gonna be doing a plush collection. Hopefully it won't get copyrighted. First, we'll start with OCs and YouTubers. First, we have me, Elijah. Next is Jake, without the accessories, because tape kind of sucks. Next up, we have an orange Yoshi, or Scott. Next in line, we have Eli. He would usually have his glasses on his, eyes, but he doesn't have them. Here's Isaiah. Next, we have Abby. Next, we have Gracie, or Blue Yoshi, whichever one you call it. Next up is the one and only Inferno. Here next, 25. Next we have Jackson, without the blue scarf. There's actually a bandana, Elijah. Shot Aries, with all of the injuries he has. This goat is just smiling through the pain. Look at this smile. He's smiling like it's nothing. Next we have the main antagonist of this channel, Negative. Don't worry, he'll be upgraded soon. Next up, we have Starbright. Couldn't find Starbright's mom. Next up, we have the old Elijah with a safari hat, and the old Jake. These guys are dirty. Next up, Drake the Enderman. Next up, we have this guy. I don't remember his name, but he's really cool. Next up, we have, I forgot what name I gave him, or you could just call him the stupid minion. Next up, we have this bunny. Gerald, Richard, I forgot. Listen, it's been a while since I had these guys, okay? It hasn't really been a while. Never mind, just continue. Next up is not exactly my OC, but someone else's OC. We have Mortal. Yeah. Alright, YouTubers. We have Angry Pig 13, or you can just simply call him Pig. Next up, we have Jaden Lopez 434. He lost his cape. Oh well. Remember what Endo says. No capes! Next up, we have a classic Sonic, or just simply Supersonic All-Star. Don't ask what those are. Those are for a future video. YouTubers, we have Crazy Speed Blur without his glasses. Or those shades. I don't know. Goggles. Yeah. Alright, next franchise. Mario. And to start things off, here is Builder Mario. Or Xander. Next up, we have Mr. L. Or just Luigi holding a question mark block. And just cut it off and just, made this guy. Eevee, you pick Wario! Next, we have my favorite of the Mario Bros, Luigi. Next up, we have Blue Toad. Next up, we have my second favorite princess, Daisy. My first favorite was Rosalina, if you didn't catch it. Next up, we have a Wendy Okupa holding a wand. Next up, we have the main man himself, Mario. Next, we have Princess Peach. I forgot an OC, Baby Mario, or Marcus. Next up, we have a little Yoshi, which was supposed to be like this. And this is supposed to be a little Mario, or Lotus, or 25's younger self. We have a baby Luigi. Next, we have Larry Koopa, a broken Luigi, or Dimensional Luigi, if you're here for a very long time. Next up, we have a random Blue Yoshi. I don't know where I got this guy. Next, we have Bowser Jr. without his bib. I don't know where it went. Next up, we have a yellow Toad. Next is a baby Daisy. Next in line, we have baby Rosalina. She is so adorable. Look at her. Next we have a blue toad. Or we're gonna be customizing it as Dr. Toadberg. Next up we have Builder Luigi. Or Sebastian. Next up we have a red Yoshi. Should have put him with Abby and Gracie because this is gonna be Titus. And I have a lot of cousins. Next up we have second best Koopaling in my opinion, Lemmy. Next up we have my favorite Mario character, Yoshi. I just love Yoshi. I don't know why. Once I saw him, it was like love at first sight. Not like that, but just, you know, he's cool. Next up we have a Wendy Koopa with no wand. Because I don't know why I have two, and a broken up cheek. Like, why is that there? Like, what even happened? Next we have a broken Princess Peach. Or, if you're here for a long time, Teenage Peach. I don't know why I came up with that when I was young. I don't know why. It just came up in my mind. I'm like, yeah, this character's good. Next up we have a Captain Toad. Then we have Roy Koopa. Yo, when am I gonna be in the video? Man, you're really lazy. Shut up. A Dr. Mario. Am I gonna make the joke again? I am. Next up we have a Scared Luigi. Not just one. There's a second one. Next we have a baby Donkey Kong. Ooh! And then he had a growth spurt. Donkey Kong. Ooh. With... Next up we have a baby Mario. This guy has suffered. Next up we have an Iggy Koopa who is still suffering from a broken arm. Next we have a Flying Squirrel Mario. In great condition. And then... I have suffered. My hat is gone. My wings are gone. Save me. Next up we have an Odyssey Mario, missing Cappy, because I don't know where Cappy is. And time for the last 4 power-ups. We have a Tanuki Mario. Oh! Next up we have the Cat Mario. And then we have a Fire Mario, or Elival, or Good Elival. He still hasn't found a home yet. Next up, last one we have Soldier, or Meta Mario. Scratch that, we don't have less Mario characters, we have more Mario characters. Bowser's Minions. Next up we have a gigantic Goomba. Where am I? This guy right here, without seeing any spoilers. There we go. Next we have a Shy Guy. Wow. Next we have another Shy Guy. Wow. Then we have whatever this thing is. I mean Spiny. Don't hurt me. Next we have this Hammer Brother. Next up we have arguably the best Bowser's minion, Dry Bones, because he just looks cool. Next up we have a Koopa Troopa, or Corporal Koopa, or Koopa Roll. That was his name, Koopa Roll. Next up we have this ugly thing. Next up we have a Goomba. Man. Next up we have a Koopa Paratroopa. Next up we have Chain Chomp. Next up we have a Cheep Cheep. Next up we have a Wiggler. Next up we have a Bomb Bomb. Next we have a Blooper. Now the last of Bowser's minions, or the last Mario Plush 10, Mecha Koopa. Now with that out of the way, now let's go with Sonic the Hedgehog, baby! First up we have Edgy the Hedgy, or Shadow. Next up we have Wave the Swallow. Next up we have Metal Sonic. We have Knuckles. Next we have Classic Amy, or Amy Rose, until I get a modern Amy. Next up we have Eggman Super. Ooh. Nah, I can't steal that. Dr. Eggman. Or, muscular Eggman. Could be doing an arm wrestle. Next up we have Sage. If you harm this child, I will haunt you. Next up we have my third favorite Sonic character, Blaze the Cat. I don't know, I think I like fire and I like princesses, so yeah. Next up we have Tails the Fox. Elijah, how many times have we read the villain in your video? Next up we have a classic Sonic. Next up we have a movie Sonic. Still has that scar. Next up we have a Dark Child. He still haunts my nightmares. Next up we have It's No Use! Up is Rouge. Next up we have Cream the Rabbit. Again, like I say, you harm this child, I will haunt you. Next up we have a Big Classic Sonic, or just Big Classic. I think he's gotta change his name. Next up we have a Little Sonic, or Dimensional Sonic, or Blazing Blue if you're a fan. But next up we have another thing that haunts my nightmares for the rest of my life, this creepy Amy. How did that make you so creepy? I blame Mash on this one. Bruh, your shoes. Bruh! I am an idiot. I forgot too. I forgot Dark Bowser, who just lost his chain. There we go. And Dry Bowser. Sorry. Next up we have Charlemagne. Still a lonely child, because I have yet to get SP on Vector. Next up we have a Classic Tails. Next up we have the second best Sonic character in my opinion. Whisper the Wolf. I don't know, it's like my opinion. She's so cute, look at that smile. How can you say no to that smile? Next up we have Memphis, Tennessee. Next up we have another Silver with a suction cup. Usually I would call him 06 Silver, but now he has a suction cup. He always has a suction cup, I don't know why I said that. He has a suction cup, so I'm calling him Suction Silver. It sounds kind of sus, not gonna lie. Next up we have I'll Crush You! Or Mecha Sonic. Next up we have a Boom Sonic. Look at that dance, he's doing the tap dance. Go Boom. Oh yeah. Next up we have a Little Knuckles or Phantom Knuckles. Oh yeah. Fans will be familiar with this if I had any. Although I don't want a fan base. I don't want to be shipped with someone. Next up we have a Jade. Next up we have Emerald. Next up we have the man himself, Sonic the Hedgehog. Next up we have my favorite Sonic character, Tangle the Lemur. We're just both so energetic. I don't know why I like her, but I do. I still have a lot more to go. Next up, let's do Kirby. First we have Kirby. The man, the myth, the legend. Next up we have Kirby. The man, the myth, the legend. Next up we have, this is a mind blower, Kirby. The man, the myth, the legend. I can't keep doing it. Next up we have Kirby. I'm just kidding, Ninja Kirby. Naruto! All the Kirbys will just go right there. Next up we have Clean Kirby. Next up we have DDD. The man, the myth, the legend himself, the chubby anime penguin boy, DDD. Next up we have Susie. Again, just like Sage and Queen, you hurt her. I caught you. Next up we have Chef Kawasaki. Next up we have a Waddle Dee. I did it again, Supersonic. Last of the Kirby plushies, for now, we have Metacanite. So all the Kirby plushies? Let's move on with Zelda. First, we have a Link without his sword and shield because I cut it off. I don't know why. Next up we have Princess Zelda. Lastly, of the Legend of Zelda plushie, we have a Toon Link. Very short. Let's move on with Pokemon. First, we're gonna start with this Piplup. He's staying there forever. Next in line, we have a Gardevoir. Next up, we have a Pikachu, which made a great spot in Among Us +4. Next in line, we have Chikorita. I whip my head back and forth. I whip my head back and forth. The plushies have took the bed. Now I gotta go down here. Darn it! I did it again. Huge Sonic. He's so big. I don't think he can fit on the bed. We'll just put you right here. Your legs are bent, bro. There we go. That's perfect. Last of the Pokemon plushie, hopefully, Eevee. Did you know that evolutions are my favorite evolutions? I bet you already knew that. And that's it with the Pokemon. Now we move into Smash Bros. Usually Splatoon would be next, but I wanted to do it first. First we have... Wait, crap. I forgot Tingle. Moving on here. First we have Fox McCloud. I only start Fox representative because I don't know where Falco went. Next up we have... Marth. Next up we have Lucina. Next we have Roy's our boy. Next up we have Ike. Last of the Fire Emblem we have Corrin. Next up we have Ryu. Backed up a bit. Next we have Isabelle. Again, you hurt her. Stop. I'm sorry. I feel very attracted to you guys. Not like attracted kind of way, but attracted like I love you guys like a father or something. Next we have Steve, or Diamond Armor Steve. Oh, I can't do that, hold on. Technically not in Smash, but you know, Smash regardless. Here's a pig. And a sheep. Bye! Is that the Smash Bros? Now on to Splatoon. Of course there's only gonna be two. First we have Murray. And lastly, Callie. That's it, this is Splatoon. Now on to Five Nights at Freddy. Five Nights at Freddy's plush. I shouldn't have a lot. Well, let's get started. Let's hurry up because my phone's about to die. I probably won't make it, I'll have to take trips. Alright, first off we have... This is the first plush I grabbed. Next up we have Candy Cadet. Back it up a little bit because it's gonna be long. Next we have Chica the Chicken. This ugly looking duck. Why her eyebrows like that? What was Funko thinking? Next we have Theodore. He's ready to punch you. Well, he's not. He's ready to punch you. Next up we have Ennard. the depressed man, depressed spaghetti boy. Next we have a twisted Bonnie. I not just have one, but two Orville's. Cause why not? Not a Final Freddy representative, but Candy the cat. Next up we have... I always come back. Ah yes, Springtrap. I saw the Final Freddy's vs. Friday Night Funkin'. Third one was absolute goated. You all should go check it out. I didn't play it, I just watched it. Y'all should go check it out. Next up we have a Blue Freddy, which I named Blue. Next up in line we have a Lefty. Back up a bit more. Next up we have a Toy Chica, otherwise known as the one that gets many likes because of how thick she is. What is wrong with your fan base? Next we have a Purple Foxy, or Neonite. That's joking. I'm not actually calling him Neonite. That's a joke. That's a joke. Yeah. Oh, jeez Louise. Next up we have a Balloon Fox. E. Next up we have Thanos, or I mean Mr. Hippo. I like him big. Next up we have a Nightmare Freddy. Next up we have the one you shouldn't have killed, Golden Freddy. Or Evan. Anyways, next up we have a Moon. I know this is not the Funko version, but it's a Moon nonetheless. Helicopter, helicopter. Next up we have a Sun. Next in line we have Bonnie, or, you know, old Bonnie, because, you know, he's missing his bow tie and his, you know, button thing. Bun tail. His tail, yeah. Next up we have Melora. I gotta move back a bit more. Here comes Pink Freddy, or Ella. Next up we have Pig Patch. This plush collection's kind of pathetic. Next up we have Foxy the Pirate Fox, or Captain Foxy if you want to be more specific. Oh. Don't click the misc. Next up we have the father figure of everybody, Glamrock Freddy. Next up we have Green Foxy, or Lemon, which I copied from Cool Kid when I was younger, and changed his name. Next up we have Blue Foxy, or I believe I named her, I forgot, I don't know. Next up we have Spring Bonnie, or Glitch Trap. He does not look like Glitch Trap, he does not, no. Next up we have Lullabit. Next up we have a Cuphead. Next up we have Roxanne Wolf. Wait, you think I'm just gonna make a joke after that? No, I'm not making a joke. Next up we have a Fun Time Freddy and Mon Mon. Oh, thank the Lord, we're nearly done. Next up we have this random innard. I forgot who I named him. Next up we have El Chip. Hola. Next up we have High Score Toy Chica. Sorry. Next up we have this big Nightmare Bonnie. We have Fun Time Foxy. Showtimes are on the hour. Not a moment later. Showtimes are on the hour. Not a moment sooner and not a moment later. Oh. Next up we have a Twisted Freddy. Next up we have a Grim Foxy. up we have a Jacobon. Next up we have a Van. Really well. They did Van so awful. Next up we have a Helpy. He can help you pay your taxes. Next up I have another Ballora, cause why not? Next up we have Tie-Dye Bonnie, or just Baron the Bunny. Next up we have Fitzgerald, or just Tie-Dye Freddy. Next in line we have a Radioactive Foxy, inverted. Next up we have Stop that! Next up we have a Rockstar Foxy. And his parrot. I gotta finish this FNAF and hurry. Next up we have Montgomery Gator. Next we have Funtime Foxy, or Toy Foxy, whatever you want to call her. Next up we have Jacko Chica. Next in line we have Dreadbear. Next we have Circus Baby. Next in line we have this old Freddy, or I would have customized it to make Ned Bear. That was almost a no-no word. Now we have this horrifying Chica fused with a cupcake. Next in line we have Nightmare Foxy. Rockstar Freddy. A Live Wire Toy Freddy. Sorry, I had to remember his name. Happy Frog. We have a Glamrock Chica. Oh, just a few more to go. We have Shamrock Freddy, one of my favorite animatronics. Plushies of animatronics. VR Toy Freddy. Twisted Foxy. It's gonna do all one cake. Inverted Toy Bonnie. A green cupcake. And then lastly, the Statue of Liberty. I did it! Thank God I did it. Now I gotta charge this phone. Dang it. We'll move on to Bendy after this break. Yes, that was a break. The next clip. And look what I found. Yeah, I know. It sucks. I also found this one. What are you doing? Here, no, we're a perfect spot to put you. Perfect. And then we have this gigantic Freddy in the background. He's a swag Freddy. Kill me. And next, Bendy. We have Bendy. We have Boris. We have the Ink Bendy. We have Alice Angel. We have Green Alice, or Black Light Alice. I don't know why I called her green, maybe because her dress is green. Next up we have a Black Light Boris. Otherwise, in Cool Kids channel, we have Black Light Bendy. Next up we have Depressed Boris, or Tom. Next up we have a Yellow Bendy. The Yellow Boris is Jaden over there. Next up we have the Yellow Alice, and that's the last of the Bendys. Yeah, it is. Alright, I was looking. Next up we move on to Cuphead. Next up we have Cuphead. Next up we have Mugman. Next up we have this cool black and white Cuphead, or Suicide Cuphead. Nah, I'm kidding. Next up we have the Devil from Cuphead. Still suck. Stuck it. And we have this moose to top it all off. Where the heck did this guy even come? Hold on. Perfect. Next in line, Cagney Carnation. And that's the last of the Cuphead plushies. Time for the last category, franchise. Angry Birds. First up we have the White Bird, or Matilda. And then next we have Bubbles. Or do you control? Next up we have a minion pig who can only hear out of one ear because his ear's kind of destroyed. Next up we have the Chuck. Next up we have Red Skywalker. Next in line we have Terrence. Next up we have a Bluebird. We have Princess Stella, or Leia. We have a Bomb. Wait, no, not again! Next up, camera. We have a Red Girl Bird, Ruby. Next up, we have the main Red. Last of the Angry Bird plushies, we have Space Black. And I also forgot this thing. That's the last of the Angry Birds. Now let's move on to franchises that I don't know what to put a category of. First, we'll start with the Great Papyrus. Next up, we have the Sorcerer Mickey. Huh? Bro, he's so big. Next up, we have the new presence on this channel. Huggy Wuggy. Next up, we have a Heartless. Next up, we have Mickey. Huh? Next up, we have Tari. Sorry, I can't help. Nah, you're running out of jokes. Yeah. Next up, we have the Wretched Wolf. Willow. Next up, we have Tigry, or Zombified Tigry. Infected Tigry, as you know, the big kids would say. Next up, we have Piggy. Next up, we have Piggy. Next up, we have Piggy. Nah, I'm kidding. It's memory.
You never gave me that arc for my sleep video.
I tried. That was the old phone.
Oh.
Not this thing. Look for that chicken. This chicken is, oh my god, staring into my soul. Make room for new neighbor. Next up, we have a torn up Cylindria from Pac-Man: The Ghostly Adventures. Make way! Next up, we have the Sarcastic Bunny, otherwise known as Jax. Next up, first out of the animes, we have Natsu Dragneel. I never watched Fairy Tail. Don't at me. Next up, we have Urza Scarlet. I think that's her name. Next, we have Spider-Man. And we have Iron Man. We have Clowny. Here's two random hats. We have Alphys. The coolest one in my opinion, besides Tio. We have Olaf, and he loves warm hugs.
Like, look, he's getting you hungry.
Next in line we have... Then we have this random monkey. Yeah. And then we have Donatello, mini Donatello. We have next up we have Jack Skellington. What's this? What's this? Is this a plush collection? What's this? I can't think of anything else. Next we have Officer Doggy. Next we have Pomni, who's still traumatized. Next up we have Rash, who got turned into ash. I can't help. Next we just have 4 animes left. We have Roy Mustang from Full Metal Alchemist. Oh, this is Urza Scarlet. I forgot who that one was. Yeah, whatever. Next we have All Might. Only My Hero Academia plush, but I am interested in that anyway. Next up we have... So I might get emotional, but... Yeah. Rest in peace, Akira. For making this beautiful anime. I'm sure I never watched it, but he inspired many others to make, Dragon Ball. Like a Dragon Ball series. I don't know. I'm tired of being sad. Just move on to, the new... Alright, That's alright. It's all of them. And wait, we have new ones. First up, we have Damkin. First up, we have Aluma. Next up, we have Jet the Hawk. Yeah! Next up, we have a squished cute Waddle Dee. Now, these 5 ones are my favorite gifts of all time for this year. First up, we have Waddle Doo. Yeah! I finally got this guy. He's so amazing. He still got this on his head, but it's okay. I love him. I love this Cyclops guy. Beam attack! Next up, we have Mega Man. Oh, yeah. He's gonna be a good character. We have Proto Man. Here comes the final 2. I finally have him in my grasp. Infinite the Jackal. Oh, baby, he looks so good. Oh, I cannot wait to use him in my series. I cannot wait. Ooh, look at him. His eyes, his hair, or whatever that is, his tail, his Phantom Ruby, his everything. Oh, he's so good. Now, time for the final one. And that is... I'm kidding. That's pretty bone-chilling. Sans the Skeleton, who apparently has a shirt. I don't understand that, but I'm glad I have this guy. So now I can do this voice. Pretty bone-chilling. Hey, brother! What is it, Sans? You want to hear a joke? Please don't. Why did the chicken cross the road? Why? Because his funny bone told him to. That was horrible. I know, man. I'm sorry. And with that... And that is it. Well, I didn't want to talk. With just, you know, just my camera. Ooh, boy. This was a lot. Hope you guys enjoyed that long video. Probably long. Hopefully it wasn't copyrighted. Hopefully I didn't put copyrighted music into it. Now, we'll see you all next time in World of Light Final Mix Season 1, Episode 1. I can finally use my script. Now, goodbye. Have a great day. And, we might need bigger places for them to be put in. Forgot one. There we go. You're not gonna do the same thing as you did last time, right? Yeet! Don't question my life choices.